Yo, what's up, JPEGs? Are here for review number 2001. Me and my boy Willie Hooker
Hello.
are gonna watch and review 2001: A Space Odyssey, and I have a quiz question for you.
Okay.
I've done. This will be review number 2001. How many zeros have I given?
Zero? I can't remember now. No, you've definitely given 1-0, haven't you?
At least one. Is that what you're saying?
I can't remember now.
It's two.
It's two?
It's
Okay.
two. I think you liked the Facebook post for the first zero I gave you.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what it would be.
Do you want a hint?
Yeah.
PS4.
Um, I'm thinking like survival zombie game. What's it called? Is it Days Gone?
So Days Gone was my first zero, and I've had 1-0 since then, and it's a video review.
Oh, what? Shh.
It's right in front of you. It's looking
Oh,
at you
okay.
right in the eyes.
Dune.
We're using Dune as a way to elevate the webcam here. How many tens have I given?
Is it just the one?
It's just the one.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
And you
For
know what
Justice
it
League.
is. Zack Snyder's Justice League,
Yeah.
of course. Okay, now that we got all that boring bullshit out of the way, let's talk. We watched the first 20 minutes of 2001: A Space Odyssey. We're going to be doing this in segments, watch a portion, talk about it. Because I feel like 2001 is one of those movies where, like, if we just watch the full 2.5 hours and then it's like talk about it, I feel like that's too much.
Yeah. It's really
To talk
episodic,
about.
too. So it's like,
Yeah.
I kind of want to take it section by section.
Exactly. And I think we just finished the portion where we got about 5 minutes of the black screen at the beginning,
Yeah.
and then it said MGM, and then it went back to a black screen,
Yeah.
which I thought that was very interesting. There was some music playing, so I think deaf people would not have a good time in the opening 5 minutes. Would you agree?
Yeah, I guess I could agree with that.
Yeah.
Blind people, on the other hand.
They're having a heyday over
Yeah,
that.
they're having a good time.
They're like, what is this music, man?
Yeah.
Is this the new K-Dot?
Yeah.
It wasn't, because it was the 60s, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, the infamous, I think it's probably one of the most famous opening scenes of any movie ever. With
Yeah.
The clearly people dressed in ape costumes,
Yeah.
with some sort of, I don't know if green screen existed back then, but it very much looks like it was filmed in a small studio with some painting or something behind them.
Yeah, that's a very, yeah, I'm not too sure, but I do like the ape costumes a lot, though.
Yeah,
They're like one of my favorite parts of the whole movie.
and the noises they make.
Yeah.
Just, you realize it's a bunch of grown men just like
Yeah.
grunting very awkwardly. It's almost a precursor to furries.
Yeah, yeah, precursor to furry.
Yeah. I will say, well, I was saying this as we were watching, but I think that the soundtrack during the part where the obelisk or the monolith people call it show up, I think the soundtrack should have been wee woo,
Wee woo.
wee woo. I think that intensifies any scene that it's added to, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I was saying to
Wee
Evan, I
woo.
said, like, imagine in Titanic when Jack is drowning into the freezing depths. Wee woo.
Wee woo.
Schindler's List. Wee woo. Wee woo. Just really any, Fahrenheit 9/11 or whatever. A wee woo.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah. It just enhances everything.
Yeah.
Old Yeller. A wee woo.
Wee woo.
Yeah, what do you have to say about this intro, please?
I think it's a nice intro.
I think it also, the opening 20 minutes really kind of like defines the scope of the movie. Because you get what I
Yeah.
assume is the creation of the universe, basically, with the black screen, with the music like swelling up. Like, to me, that's like
Yeah,
a
true.
creation sort of thing. And then like early man discovering how to use tools for like benefit and like inventing technologies and methods of doing things. We paused at the match cut where the bone gets thrown up, the famous shot of the bone getting thrown up, and then the spaceship in the sky. that jump forward, I think, kind of like signifies like that like the themes in the movie are going to be universal and across space and time.
Yeah, that's right.
Kind
Yeah.
of. So I think it does a good job at defining the scope of the movie in a way that's not um, explicitly stated.
Yeah. It kind of like sets off that idea that whatever this obelisk thing is, it's causing jumps.
Yeah,
And
and it's gonna have some. It's gonna return.
yeah,
Like you know that it's gonna have some sort of signified meaning later on.
it's hard.
There is animal violence in
Yeah,
this movie.
there's animal violence.
The monkey he slaps the
there's
hog in that. Is it a hog or
slap-
look like an armadillo or anteater?
Yeah, something
I
like
don't know
that.
what the fuck. I don't know the animals very well.
And then they find the monolith, and then they learn to use tools, and then beat
Does
up the
anybody
other
refer
monkeys.
to it as the obelisk? Or am I making that up?
I think it's
Or was that Led Zeppelin that did that on Presents? Because they had the black thing
that's an yeah. That is that the
on
obelisk?
Presents. But yeah, I think it's
Was it
referred
in
to
the
as
was it in the
monolith.
description, the Crave description?
A monumental.
Oh, it was a monolith.
You can check.
I'm checking. Black structure.
Oh. An imposing black structure. The description on Crave is an imposing black structure provides a connection between the past and the future in this enigmatic adaptation of a short story by revered sci-fi author Arthur C. Clarke. When Dr. David Batista,
Dr. Doolittle.
Dr. Doolittle, this is another Dr. Doolittle sequel. This is the second Dr. Do
This is the
sequel.
2001st.
This is the 2008 first Doctor Do sequel in about the last 50 years. They just keep pumping these. Another thing that I was going to say actually was we were talking earlier about how No Country for Old Men has no soundtrack because it kind of seems like almost like using music and film kind of takes you out of it. Like it's a separate thing almost.
Well, it's just like sometimes it can really bring you in it, but I think it's just a definition of like, oh, that's a thing that wouldn't happen in real life, and I'm observing that.
Yeah.
If you kind of like take it in that context, right?
Yeah, like it's not happening. Somebody's not necessarily playing something on a jukebox in the movie, like in that universe.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like something that's clearly being played over. And I think it's interesting, like looking at No Country for Old Men and its use of music and sound, and then 2001: A Space Odyssey, like we were talking about, like with the black screen and like 5 minutes of just music.
Yeah.
Kubrick was so focused, I think, in this movie at bringing well-known, or maybe not as well-known at the time, but like classical compositions to almost kind of like signify, I think, like importance. Like this like grand classical composition is like coming in
Yeah.
to your ears, and it's just it feels like something that's big and epic and like
Oh,
all
definitely. Yeah.
inclusive almost. Like it's universal.
Yeah. Like it makes the movie feel as epic as it actually is, and
Yeah.
ended up being in the future. You know, like it's
And I feel like it's like an artsy movie enough that it doesn't pull you out of it because it's such like an exaggerated importance on the way that like sound and visuals are
yeah.
playing
So like
together.
when you're talking about like No Country for Old Men, like that movie is just stooped in realism. Like the
Mhm.
whole movie is supposed to be played out realistically, all
Yep.
scenarios that could actually happen. So when you don't have the music, it just draws you even more. Whereas this movie, it's like those expectations aren't there. You know, this is going to be some complete head trip.
Yeah, it's
like,
less about
crazy
the
experience.
It's less about the direct human experience as seen in No Country for Old Men, and
Yeah.
more about like the abstract ideas that are being presented.
Yeah,
And the way
exactly.
that the themes tie together. Yeah, it's a good point.
So this can draw you in just as much, but for a completely different reason,
Yeah.
and using different tools, basically.
Movie trivia cards. Test your movie knowledge.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so movie trivia cards. I'll go first,
We take turns back and
and we'll
forth.
just go back and forth.
Woo!
Hey, Kitty. Kitty stopped when you did that.
Yeah.
In The Silence of the Lambs, what was Dr. Hannibal Lecter's profession? I said that word, profession.
God, why am I not remembering this?
I also think they spelled his name wrong. Isn't Lecter Lecter?
That's what I thought.
They spelled it with an O.
Oh, Lector?
Lector.
I honestly can't remember, and I saw it not that long ago.
Psychiatrist.
He's a psychiatrist. Okay,
Yep.
that kind of adds up. In Steven Spielberg's 1982 movie Jaws, what was the name of Captain Hooper's boat? I actually know this one.
Sorry, read that question again.
In Steven Spielberg's 1982 movie
Jaws came out in 1975,
It says,
first off.
it says 1982 here.
Okay, I'm looking this up very quickly.
Yeah.
1975.
So these cards are just completely...
Hopefully the answers are right, but the question
I know this answer is right.
Okay, I'm looking that up too. Hannibal Lecter. No fucking way it's spelled with an O. Hannibal Lecter with an E. So on my card, they spelled Hannibal Lecter's name wrong.
All right,
and on your card,
that's gonna be part of it. You got to call out the error in the card as well.
Yeah, bonus points for calling out the error on every single card
Yeah.
that's inevitably there.
Okay.
So first off, Jaws came out in 1975.
Yeah. So what was the name of Captain Hooper's boat in the movie?
I have no idea.
It's the Orca.
I wouldn't have guessed that
Yeah.
ever.
That's actually...
It's just a bit louder.
It's fun. It's funny that you're getting another Steven Spielberg one. Throughout the World War II black and white movie Schindler's List, who was the only character shown in color?
The little girl. I don't know what her name was, but she was a little girl with the red coat.
Yeah, that's what you needed to say. A girl wearing a red dress.
Oh, is that it?
'Cause
Was it a dress? I thought it was like a coat.
I guess maybe she doesn't have a name. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie
Her
actually.
parents forgot to name her, I think.
Oh Jesus!
This is a good one for you, and relevant to this somewhat. In A Clockwork Orange, what type of establishment are Alex and his friends relaxing in at the beginning of the movie? There's options. Do you remember?
Yeah, I know what it is.
What is it?
It's like a milk bar, but it's
Yeah.
like...
That's the answer.
Oh,
Milk
okay.
bar.
Yeah.
So the options were library, milk bar, or candy bar.
Oh, okay.
So
Milk bar.
I kind of figured you'd get that anyways.
So here's another Spielberg one.
Oh my god.
Spielberg's 1982 classic E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
1983.
Right, look it up.
It was 82.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't even doing that to meme. I legitimately thought it was 83 that he did that in.
Oh, okay. All right, who plays Elliot's younger sister?
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. In Gremlins, what is the name of the cute little Mogwai given to Bilbo or Billy? Sorry.
Why can't I just can't remember? I honestly, wait.
I can give you a hint if you want.
Yeah, give me a hint.
It rhymes with Gizmo.
Gizmo.
Yeah.
Gizmo. Oops.
You know what this video setup reminds me of? Is Two-Face in Batman Forever.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember his like hideout where he has like the angel lady and then like the dark lady and his like entire room split
I
in
vaguely
half?
remember it. Like I like barely remember
That's
it.
such a good movie.
Yeah.
All right, second segment. We're 20 more minutes into the movie, and my first thing is that that first 20 minutes, like the Dawn of Man bit, is so anxiety-inducing, and I find when it gets to the space section, at least before all the isolation, as you said, of the later part of the movie, it's such a cozy movie.
Yeah.
In the beginning, like the guy, what's his name, Dr. Floyd, on the he's in the spaceship and he's like sleeping in his chair, and there's like the pen just casually floating, and the what do you call them, like the flight attendant, I guess, stewardess comes and just like puts the pen like in his like jacket pocket, and then they get into the space station, and like the inside of the space station is just this like clean white and these like beautiful red chairs, and you see like the curvature of the space station too, and just like this like light classical music playing. It's so chill.
Yeah.
Like it's just so much of a contrast to the beginning.
To the weird wailing wall.
The
of
bizarre
voices.
smacking of hogs and and wailing grown men in costumes and gorilla costumes or ape costumes, I guess.
Making noises.
Our skin is technically an ape costume because humans are apes.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, great. So what do you think?
don't know. I just really like the entire relaxing nature of that. I like the docking scene a lot. It's just it's just a really
There's a
cool
lot of
scene.
movies where I like the docking scene the
Yeah,
most, for
exactly.
sure. And one of my favorite shots that stood out to me the most about this movie, for as long as I can remember, is the shot of the lady with the Velcro shoes.
Yeah.
And you were explaining as we were watching that you watched like a behind the scenes thing, and so the camera is fixed onto the set, and the set is rotating, and she's slowly walking in place basically as the set rotates.
Yeah.
And I found that was a very cool shot, and the way that it connected or cut into the next shot, where it goes into the room that she just entered, and it's like this like red light in this room, and she's upside down, and then the camera is clearly not fixed anymore because it's rotating
Yeah.
around her for her to go like right side up. I thought that was such a cool way of like framing the perception of like the way that like the interior of the ship adjusts like in space, like where there's no gravity.
Yeah, exactly. Everything is up and everything's down.
Yeah. And that cut just kind of going from like the fixed position as you said
Yeah.
and following the set to just like this is a clear camera movement. Just the motion of that edit I thought was very cool.
Yeah, it keeps its momentum going.
Yeah, like I said, just very chill atmosphere. It's just
Yeah.
the movie at this point is in no rush to get anywhere, and it lets you don't even hear dialogue a lot of the time in this section.
Yeah.
Like the guy when Dr. Floyd's sitting there and he has his box full of like juice boxes
Yeah.
with like 10 straws sticking up, and he's just like it's very fucking weird.
Yeah.
And then the guy comes up to him and he's talking to him. You don't hear the dialogue.
Yeah.
You don't hear what they're saying. It's just the classical music in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like you can tell that it's not about what's happening, it's about the atmosphere that's kind of easing you into this before, I guess, like you said, the isolation of the later half of the movie.
Yeah. And also worth mentioning is the toilet sign.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Kubrick definitely had a good
Yeah.
sense of humor in a lot of his movies. And I think isn't recognized much for it. I mean, Doctor Strangelove, obviously, people see as like a black comedy and like a war satire. But yeah, even the toilet sign of just, it said, what is it, like, please read before using the toilet?
Yeah, and it's
and
just
it
like
like,
the
it's
biggest-
zooming out,
yeah.
and he's just standing there like quizzically looking
Yeah.
at the sign. And as it zooms out, you see that there are like 9 rules, and they're each just like this giant paragraph
Yeah.
about how to use a toilet. And you made a good point of like, they're framing it, they're showing all these serious things leading up to it, and framing it as a non-comedic moment.
Yeah, it just seems very serious. It's just part of the
Yeah.
whole experience that you're going through.
But you
on
know
the way
Kubrick's
to-
like giggling as he's shooting that
Yeah,
scene,
exactly.
just like, you know, who would basically read like a contract in order to do, I guess, primary like bodily functions.
Yeah.
And I guess it's kind of like weirdly serious in a way where, and I'm not sure if this was intended at all as deep as I'm gonna say, but like the way that he like posits like natural human bodily functions against technology.
Yeah, that's
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like in like a weird way, it's just like here's like humans in their natural state against this like technological advancement where something as simple as like releasing waste from your body becomes this complex process because of technological advancement.
Yeah, that's right. Or just even needing all the weird boxes of
Yeah, the
food.
weird boxes. It's
Yeah.
like it literally just looks like juice boxes.
Yeah, it looks like a bunch of juice boxes.
But yeah, eating, like bathroom, like simple activities that like the apes at the beginning would have done have just become these like rituals almost.
Yeah.
You know, like you
exactly,
get
yeah.
your box full of boxes and you put like straws in them.
Yeah.
And it just becomes this like ritual for eating.
Yeah, and it's much more complicated now.
Yeah.
Even though it's easier, but it's like now the technology is there. It's just this weird way of doing things.
It would make what was already easy easier, but then complicates it because it's become streamlined.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like at the beginning, they beat the I don't know if it's like a boar or a hog or something, but they like beat it to death and they're like eating it.
Yeah.
It's just very like that toilet sign is like a joke, but then it's also when you relate it back to what's already happened, it's actually like I said, I don't know if I'm just reading into it too much and making it way deeper, but it seems like that's what he's doing with that as well.
Yeah.
It's just minimizing like natural human functions in the face of this like towering technological advancement.
Yeah. Towering list of steps.
A monumental monument.
Yeah, it's like its own monolith.
It's a black structure.
Yeah, exactly. It's a rectangular black structure of toilet rules.
We're doing more movie trivia. In the movie Leon, who plays Mathilda, a young girl trying to avenge the killing of her family?
It's Leon.
Leon the Professional?
Oh.
I've never seen it.
Which young girl?
Who plays Matilda?
Oh,
Mathilda?
it's Natalie Portman?
Yep.
What? Okay. Anyways.
You got it right. What are you
Yeah.
confused about?
In Shawshank Redemption, what do all the inmates claim?
Food poisoning.
No.
What do they claim?
Yeah, what do they claim?
That they knew Elvis.
No.
I don't know.
You want a hint?
Yeah. I don't get the. It's such a weird question. What do they claim?
They're not claiming like a physical thing for themselves. It's like they claim.
They're innocent.
There, you got it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
In the Academy Award-winning movie Braveheart, how is the hero William Wallace executed?
Oh, I can't remember. I saw Braveheart so long ago.
Just want to know?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how they would know this first part, because I don't think there's any nudity. But they said he is hung, drawn, and quartered. I don't know. I don't know how they know that he's hung, because I don't think there's any nudity in that movie. But he was drawn and quartered is how he's executed.
Okay.
But he also had a big wiener.
Which famous actor began her career playing Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz?
I was going to say Jeff Beck, but he was a guitarist. Judy Garland.
Yeah.
In Wayne's World, Wayne and Garth would make a special noise when they saw a hot girl.
Schwing.
A bit sexist. What was that noise?
Schwing.
Yeah. You do it too. You
Yeah,
said
I
it in
did.
the middle of the question.
Yeah, schwing.
When British comedy stars Hugh Grant and Andy McDowell as the couple who are destined to be together.
Wait, what?
Which British comedy stars Hugh Grant and Andy McDowell as a couple who are destined to be together? Do you need me to read it again?
No, I can't even think of what it is.
You know any Hugh Grant movies?
I don't know any huge Grant movies.
There's a lot of huge Ackman,
Yeah, Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Grant. What was the guy from Downton Abbey? Huge Bonerville. It's 4 weddings and a funeral is the answer. I don't know if you would have gotten that.
In the 1992 comedy Sister Act, what is the name of Whoopi Goldberg's character who's put under protective custody in a convent? Sorry.
Sister Fister.
It's Dolores Van Cartier.
I've never seen that movie. I don't know why anybody would purposely watch that. After returning from death in the Lord of the Rings, Gandalf the Grey's name changes to what?
Gandalf the White.
Yeah.
Uh,
James Gandolfini the White.
yeah. Speaking of which, in The Godfather, who plays Michael Corleone?
Al Pacino.
Yes. Which
In
is
the
like,
cor-
so there's
Sorry, I
a
was
little bit of a
talking.
relation.
No.
I would-
In the In The Karate Kid, what is the name of Daniel's master?
Oh shit.
Say the first part.
Master.
Do you mean to say Mister? It's Mister.
Mr. Roshi. Mr. Roshi.
From Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his master.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. In The Hangover, what name did
Zach
Al-
Galifianakis.
No.
Say it.
What name did Alan use to refer to his circle of friends?
Bros?
Yeah.
That question sucked. In
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop, how did Axel disable Taggart and Rosewood's unmarked police car so they wouldn't follow him?
He just played Axel F. By Harold Faltermeyer.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? It says you put a banana in their tailpipe.
Oh, okay.
What were you saying?
Said he played Axel F. by Harold Faltermeyer.
What? Fuck. I don't know what that means. I don't know what you're saying.
It's a reference.
No, you put a banana in their tailpipe.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a lot more simple. In the film Cocktail, what name do Brian and Doug intend to call their cocktail bar?
Brian and Doug Tayl's Cock Bar.
Yep.
Nice. In the movie Snatch, what's the name of Turkish prize fighter who's knocked out... Wait. Okay, yeah, that's how they... Oh, okay, that's some weird wording. In the movie Snatch, what's the name of Turkish's prize fighter who was knocked out by Mickey the Pike? Mickey the Pike.
I'll read it to you. In the movie Snatch, what's the name? It's so weird. What's the... Oh my god. You were figuring it over there on your own for so long before you kept reading it to me. But I see why. In in the movie Snatch, what's the name? I don't think this question makes sense the way it's worded. In the movie Snatch, what's the name? Oh my god.
Die.
Oh, I'm running out of air.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get through it this time. In the movie Snatch, what's the name? What's the name of Turkish's What's the name of Turkish's prize fighter who's knocked out by Mickey the Pikey? What's the name of What's the name of Turkish's prize fighter who's knocked out by Mickey the Pikey?
I don't know.
You
forgot
had the
what-
card.
I can't remember what it says.
Curious George.
Okay.
You fucking knocked out Curious George. You have to ask a question.
I'm dead right now.
Okay, I'll ask another one.
Yeah. That was my question that I gave to you.
Yeah,
it's
so
your
it's my turn. Rocky 3. Actually, there's no comma there, so I'll say it without the comma. In Rocky 3, what does Apollo Creed give Rocky as a gift before he fights Clubber Lang?
I honestly can't remember what he gives him. Clubber Lang.
Here's what I'll tell you. It doesn't make sense. The second part,
What does he give him?
he gives him two things. The second part, I can see, but the first part's literally impossible. Just the heat would kill them. But it says a pair of stars and stripes boxing trunks.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't want some stars.
He got stripes boxing trunks, but I think the stars would set him on fire.
Yeah.
I'll go again. I feel like I'm winded from laughing so hard still.
Yeah, I feel like I'm dead now.
I'm also fat. In Three Men and a Baby, what was Michael's occupation? Was he a lawyer, a waiter, or a cartoonist?
Cartoonist.
Yep. Have you ever seen Freddy Got Fingered?
No.
Oh, we should watch that too. We should watch a lot of movies tonight. Go ahead.
What is the 8th rule of Fight Club?
8th?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, don't want to take any guesses?
I mean, I might as well guess.
It's a rule regarding the first time you go into Fight Club.
You have to fight.
There you go.
In the 2000s classic, Paul Blart Mall Cop. I'm just kidding, it doesn't say that. It is a classic though. In the 80s classic, The Breakfast Club, what did Brian the Brain do to get detention?
I have no idea.
He brought a flare gun to school and then went off in his locker.
That's pretty smart.
That's smart.
In Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, what was the name of their rock band?
I've never seen that. Why are you laughing?
I just have to look this up on my phone right now.
Is it wrong?
Wait 1 second. Just give me a second here.
I'm giving you as much time as you need, dude. Not really, because I have storage space. It's depleting as I record the video. So please hurry it up. Do you guys like my NASA hat? I wore it for 2001. Space. The final frontier.
Okay, I guess I see what happened, but there's like a printer error on this thing, obviously.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, you don't know what the band.
I don't know the band.
It's the Wild Stallions, but it's like it's Wild Stallions spelled with Y's instead of like I's and O's. So it's like WYLD.
What are you talking about? There's no letters there.
Yeah, they're just not there. So I was like looking at it, I was like, I know it's Wild Stallions, but it's just like
Why are you saying Y's?
no wild.
Wild.
But it's WYLD.
What are you talking about?
Wild Stallions.
There's no Y.
Yeah, they didn't put it in there.
It's spelled with a Y though? Oh, you're saying, I thought you were saying the card is using Y's.
No.
You're saying that the band in the
Yeah, the actual
movie
band name is
with
WYLDSTALLYNS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But somebody just didn't put the Y.
Yeah.
You were saying, okay.
That's what I was just looking at. I was like,
I thought it was Wild Stallion spelled normally, and you were telling me that the card was using Y's, and I was looking at it, and there's no letters there.
man, I can't see Y's anymore. It's the wildest of stallions.
So we're done another portion. We watched like another hour this time. There's
Yeah,
like
it's
two
a lot longer.
20-minute segments, and then we watched 50 minutes. What's up, Evan?
So,
So this was a shift, or it started to mark the. This started to mark the a shift to the Dave section, as I like to call
The
it.
Dave section, yeah.
The David. What's his name?
Bowman?
Dave, right? David Bowman.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where David Bowie got his name from. Did he? Because that's just a stage name.
I made
right?
that joke earlier, but then I was like, but like, you probably had Bowie going before.
I don't know. That would have
I don't
been
know.
like 68. This movie came out.
Yeah, and that like Space Oddity came out like around
Wasn't
It's 69.
like early 70s?
I think it was late 60s.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because it was like perfectly around the yeah, I think it was 69 because it was around the same time that the moon landing happened. And
Oh,
that's why it was like a hit because like
yeah.
that kind of stuff was all the rage at the time.
Yeah, so just coincidental, I guess.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know, maybe.
it's a pretty cool section. I like the scene where they're going up to the black structure on the
Yeah.
moon, and you have this like very atmospheric music playing, and there's all these like static shots, like kind of like from a distance almost, of them walking towards the structure. And I feel like Kubrick does this a lot in his movies, but he has these like static shots that are taking in like very wide shots, taking in a lot of characters and the setting and stuff, and then he gets like right in with the characters with like the handheld camera shots,
Yeah.
like along with the group as they're approaching the black structure. And even when the guy, when the one astronaut or whatever approaches the structure, there's like the close-up shot of his hand, like as he touches it. Um, but I feel like Kubrick's very good at making these scenes feel immersive. So this is also where Hal gets introduced, and they make a point of this in the movie to point this out, but the way that Hal talks about his series of computers never making a mistake, um, and they're saying that like he almost had like a sense of pride.
Yeah.
Like I like the way that Kubrick tries to humanize the computers,
Yeah, definitely.
in the way that he kind of like makes it mimic what you would expect from a human character. But I think the dialogue was really well written in that part, because when they made the comment about Hal sounding prideful, like that made sense to me before they even said that. Like I had
Yeah,
that
you already
feeling.
picked it up.
I picked it up subconsciously, and then
Yeah.
that line of dialogue made me realize, like retroactively,
Yeah.
that that's what I was sensing, which is an interesting thing. But I mean, Hal must be, other than like Terminator, must be like the most iconic robot character or AI character in a movie, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, um, just
There's like so many things that have been spoofs of Hal in different cartoons and stuff like that.
when I think Hal says there's like a malfunction on like the antenna or something, and I think it was Dave goes out to fix whatever it was, and he brings it in, and there's nothing wrong with it, and then they go and talk about Hal like in the pod,
Yeah.
and the entire time it's framed like you can see them like talking face to face, and just in the background you see Hal, and they've made a point that like Hal cannot hear them,
Yeah, that's right.
and they make it very obvious, but it just seeing Hal in the background that entire time is this like eerie kind of like,
yeah, you're always watching.
it gives you a sense of like
Always
dread.
observing. Yeah.
You're like the first time when you watch this movie, you're like, I am so worried about what's gonna happen, because you just see him in the background.
Yeah, you just know he's
It's like
plotting something.
Bob in Twin Peaks, right?
Yeah.
Like hiding behind like the bedpost. It's just Hal on the other side of the fucking pod. And then perfectly by Kubrick, zooming in on Hal, and then it cuts to this super focused in image of like each of their mouths,
Yeah.
and it's panning back and forth between them. And
It's
you
reading
just
the lips.
you just realize like, not only is it reading the lips, but when they were saying Hal rotate the pod
Yeah.
when it couldn't hear them technically, that Hal was basically lying at that point, like pretending to not be able to read their lips. Because if he read their lips, like, don't you think he would have like turned the pod? So it's almost like he's playing them at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like,
yeah.
I know that they're trying to trick me right now,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna do
He's
it.
seeing them as the malfunction now
Yeah,
of the mission, right?
yeah, yeah. Well, he said all miscalculations would be human error.
Yeah.
Every single time, it's always been human error. So
Yeah.
he's gaslighting them.
Yeah, there you
For
go.
sure. And up until the intermission, I suppose, to me, the most impressive shot we were looking at for like 5 minutes before we started recording again. But the shot of Dave, what's the other guy's name even? I feel like everybody knows Dave.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Dave and the other dude.
Yeah.
When they're walking down like the hallway of this it's a hallway of like the spaceship, and then it looks like it's rotating, and they enter like the end of it and go through like a hole down a ladder somewhere.
Yeah.
And we were like looking at it, trying to figure out like what was rotating. Like, how did Kubrick pull this off? It
Yeah.
seems so. My initial responses, because it seems so crazy to me, were just like so extreme. That I was like, this must be like literally magic.
Yeah, like it just looks like it is actually in space at that point because it's just so convincing.
But I think
You can break it down into like
the simple answer, the obvious answer, is just that the tube that they're walking down at first is stationary, and the wall at the back is rotating.
yeah,
And when it rotates to a certain spot, it stopped rotating, and then the pod or the tube that they're in starts rotating.
yeah, in the opposite direction to create the
And-
same effect.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I think the wall was rotating clockwise.
Yeah.
And then
I
so
can't
once they
remember.
get into it, once it stops, the tube starts rotating counterclockwise.
Yeah, and then there's that little moment before they get into the pod where they stop and wait right until like it's level with the
Mhm.
camera, and then they walk into it, so you can kind of see them waiting for the switch to
Yeah,
happen.
it's like a tenth of a second,
Yeah.
like a quarter of a second.
They're like moving evenly, and then they kind of stop and wait, and then
Yeah.
go in.
Yeah, yeah, very cool shot though. I like, in contrast to the Velcro shoe lady, which was very obvious what he did,
Yeah,
that I think Kubrick could have just done the exact same idea, but he chose to slightly change it. Just like, I feel like just movie magic. He was
yeah,
literally just like, they've seen this already. I need to do another cool shot
yeah.
that just stands out.
And do another one that's even more convincing and more confusing as to
Yep.
how it was created.
Yeah.
And like same with just like all like the jogging around the big
Oh yeah.
ship and everything like that. It's
Yeah,
like
you said that was like in a full like warehouse.
Yeah, it's
this
like-
huge.
it's such a big scene that it
Mhm.
seems like something that wouldn't be practical effects. So it just like it was confusing how it was made, but it really just was practical effects. It was just like a giant
Yeah, it was just
rotating
simple.
room.
In the 1986 science fiction horror film, do you know what the film is?
1986.
1986 sci-fi horror.
I'm trying to think like The Fly maybe. Is that 1980?
Aliens. How many
Oh, okay.
years was Ripley adrift in space? 57, 67, or 81? The Fly was a good guess, actually. I feel like that would technically be science fiction horror, and I think that was 1986. That was a good guess.
I have no idea. What were the three guesses?
57, 67, or 81 years. How
You
many
say
years?
57.
Yep. Correct, Rooney.
Alrighty. When Forrest Gump was in the army, what sport did he excel at?
Football. Soccer. European soccer.
It's much more comical than that.
Oh, crochet.
No.
But water polo. Horseback riding. Basketball. Hockey. Curling. Table tennis. Is it? Oh my god.
Finally got
I
it.
can't believe I got that.
Table
That was
tennis.
very easy. In the classic biker movie Easy Rider, where did Wyatt and Billy hide their drugs?
In a cave.
In their bungholes.
Oh, okay. In Saving Private Ryan, how many Ryan brothers were soldiers? 3, 4, or 5?
Ryan Brothers? I thought there was one Ryan. Was that Tom Hanks' character, Ryan Seacrest?
Yeah.
I don't 4?
Yeah.
I've never seen the movie.
4.
In the dinner scene from When Harry Met Sally, what did Meg Ryan order?
Chicken Parmesan.
No.
I don't know.
Hey, Kitty, what are you doing? You're messing up the cards, boy. Chef salad and apple pie.
Oh, okay.
Chicken.
In the motion picture Batman, who played the original Joker. We're talking about like
Cesar Romero?
no, we're talking about
What is the question?
in the motion picture Batman who played the original Joker. So we're talking about
So not
Tim
the original
Burton.
Joker.
We're talking about Tim Burton's Batman.
So literally not the original Joker.
No.
Okay,
Just-
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. Like it's just like that's literally how it's worded.
In the motion picture Batman, which is also the name of the Adam West one, who played the original Joker, which was Cesar Romero. Okay. Incorrect card. That's the first incorrect answer we've had
There you go.
compared to the wording of the question.
In the 1988 action movie Die Hard, what does Detective John McClane leave in the limo?
A book. A short story. A gun. A balloon. Birthday present. Christmas present. Christmas giving. Santa's purse. Elf money. I don't know. It's a Christmas movie, right? Am I close?
Yeah,
Like it's Christmas?
you're being too general.
A pocket watch given to him by his only remaining relative.
No,
Is that too specific?
no, but
It's not
yes.
specific enough.
That was yeah, you'd be much more.
The right answer was more specific.
Exactly.
I don't know.
The giant teddy bear.
I've never seen that movie.
What was the name of the mouse in the Green Mile? Mr. Jingles, Mr. Jangles, or Mr. Biggles?
Mr. Biggles,
No,
Mr. Jangles,
no.
Mr. Jiggles.
Jingles.
That's what I said.
Jiggles. Name all 7 dwarves in Disney's classic Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs.
I can't.
Dopey, grumpy, doc, bashful, sleepy, sneezy, and happy.
What was Gordon Gekko's most famous quote in the 1987 movie Wall Street?
I don't know.
Greed is good.
Nice.
Shut the fuck up, Evan. Greed is good.
Never
Little
really
bitch.
seen Wall Street. In the 1984 movie The Terminator, what did the cyborg remove in order to repair itself?
The back of its head. Wasn't it? Or was that in 2? That was in 2.
We're talking about Arnold. What did he do?
What did he do? What was the question, sorry?
In the 1984 movie The Terminator, what did the cyborg remove in order to repair itself?
I don't remember.
Its eyeball.
In the second one, don't they open up the back of his head?
Maybe? I haven't seen them in so long. I gotta go back through and watch them.
In 2002 superhero film Spider-Man, what was Peter Parker's profession?
Peter Parker's profession?
Peter Parker's profession.
Photographer, roofer,
For
the Daily. Which one is it? Is it the Bugle or is it the Planet?
Bugle.
It's the Bugle, yeah.
Daily.
The Planet's Superman, isn't it?
Yeah. Is it Daily Planet?
I don't know.
Or is something Planet?
Yeah. But yeah, it's the Bugle.
Because at the end of Man of Steel, Lois Lane's like, "Welcome to the planet," because he's a fucking alien.
In the 1997 science fiction comedy Men in Black, the agents use a special device to wipe people's memories. What's this device called?
The Mind Scrambler.
No.
I don't know.
Think of parts of the brain.
Cerebral cortex.
Connections.
Neurons.
A thing that has that in it.
Neuro eraser. Neuro deleter. Neuro.
Just the neuro. But in the form of a device. Yeah.
Neuroinator.
Getting there?
Neuronator.
It's so close. Neuronator.
Neurotoxin.
No.
Neuro. I was close with the neuronator. Neuro.
It's
Gun.
No.
No, not plasma field. I don't know.
A neuralizer.
God. I don't like that.
In the cult hit The Big Lebowski, what did the dude want replacing after it was urinated on? Yeah. It's like the whole movie plot.
The historical epic movie Gladiator portrayed the life of a legendary Roman general. Where was he from?
Roman general?
Mhm. The life of a legendary Roman general.
Where was he from?
Yeah.
He's Roman? Is he not from Rome? Is that wrong?
Yeah, that's wrong. I don't know how to say it. Trujillo? / Spain,
Oh, he's from Spain?
apparently.
Oh, okay.
Hal turned evil.
Hal got mad.
Hal got very angry. And was the only thing on board that had the knowledge of, what did you say at the end? Hal was the only one that knew about the intelligent life, or evidence of intelligent life,
Yeah.
and it was pointing towards Jupiter, which is where they're heading.
There was a signal
So,
sent from the monolith.
the black structure.
The black structure, sorry.
Yeah. And so now I guess Dave is realizing that they're on the way to intelligent life.
Yeah.
He's about to see the only other intelligent life in the universe other than humans and I guess the HAL 9000 series.
Yeah.
Would that be considered intelligent life?
I guess so, yeah. That's sure.
In the 1985 adventure comedy The Goonies, Chunk, I think I'm supposed to say Chuck, has to perform a dance to get access to milk. Let me start that again.
You're just gonna die. The answer is the truffle shuffle, isn't it?
Oh, I'm so fucking tired.
That's so great. You're just laughing, and I just knew what the answer was.
Yeah.
You said
I'm
like
so tired.
You said the Goonies and was laughing, and yeah, it's perfect.
I struggled to get through the question. It'll be my turn for sure.
I'm just thinking about that truffle shuffle.
What's there to think
I
about?
don't know. Truffle shovel.
In the 1967 movie Cool Hand Luke, how many hard-boiled eggs does Lucas eat in 1 hour?
5.
50.
In Stand By Me, what do the boys frantically try to get off their bodies after
Leeches.
waiting through?
That's another Stephen King thing. I don't think there's any Stephen King thing before this. In Back to the Future, what speed does the DeLorean have to reach to
88
actually...
miles per hour.
Yeah.
In Police Academy, what is the nickname for the tallest cadet?
Stretch. I don't know.
Police Academy.
His nickname's Police Academy.
Yeah, because he's the size of the academy.
Why did you say Police Academy again?
His name's Hightower.
I don't care.
Police Academy.
In the hit comedy Dumb and Dumber, what does Lloyd sell to a blind kid? A cat, a budgie, or a goldfish?
Goldfish.
No.
Shit. Cat.
No.
Cat.
Budgie.
Fuck. I'm so upset. Can you bleep out that fuck?
Budgie.
Fuck. I'm so upset. Can you bleep out that?
In Crocodile Dundee, which character plays Mick Crocodile Dundee?
Which character?
Yeah, in Crocodile Dundee, whose character plays Mick Crocodile Dundee?
I don't know.
Dundee Undies.
Dundee Undies?
Paul Hogan.
Oh, okay. Dundee Undies.
In Stanley Kubrick's 1980 psychological horror The Shining. What was the name of the hotel resort?
It's the. Oh, why can't I think of it right now? It's the. It's on the tip of my tongue. Like I absolutely know this, but it's just not in my brain.
Oh,
Oh, say, can you see?
by the.
What was the O for though?
I'm trying to give you a hint. The O.
Overlook Hotel.
So we just finished the movie. We watched the what I guess could be referred to as the abstract section. Dave arrives at, was it Jupiter or Saturn?
Jupiter.
Jupiter, and we see the monument, the black structure,
Yeah.
floating in space, and then he travels through some sort of like wormhole or something.
Yeah. Crazy, like
And
kaleidoscopic colored,
beautiful images.
crazy, um, recolored landscapes.
Recolor landscapes, but just also like kind of like the digital walls.
Yeah.
Is what I kind of think of them as, and then just like universe colors. It looks like
Yeah.
just weird, a lot of different stuff going on.
Mhm.
Probably a very influential sequence. We were saying that Twin Peaks season 3, episode 8
Yeah.
was probably very influenced by Kubrick's work on 2001 in that section.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it.
And then just kind of like the end where he um, continues to see older versions of himself until the monument, I feel like, to me, recreates him as like the star child
Yeah.
that gets reborn
It's
into
almost
the
like-
universe.
It's like a rapid aging process almost, where it's like as he's witnessing himself, he's becoming himself.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've seen people say that if you read the book, it makes a lot more sense. I think the book apparently explains it a lot more.
Yeah.
But I think Kubrick did a good job, at least with the movie, of making it feel open and open to just interpretation and kind of like you put what you want to see into it,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think. But just kind of the cycle of human evolution, I think, which is, I guess, reflective of the movie's themes in general, and just like the next step in human evolution. Like he's looking to like what we can become.
Yeah.
But I mean, I will say that for today, it was definitely one of the movies that I watched.
Yeah, it definitely was one of the movies I watched.
Yeah, because we started it and we watched until the end, so it was like a complete. We saw the whole movie,
it's
right?
as if we watched it.
Yeah, exactly. Like we didn't, but it's as if we did.
Yeah, it's as if we did.
Yeah,
We did the things that were required for you to do if you were to watch the movie,
yeah,
but like it's up for
interpretation.
interpretation. Yeah.
I think. Whether we did or not.
Yeah, we may have watched it.
Yeah.
Can't say for sure.
But that's pretty much it for this throwback review.
Yeah,
It's definitely a movie.
it is 100% a movie.
Your cat's attacking me.
Yeah, that's her job.
That's good.
She's a movie reviewer.
She didn't watch it. She didn't go through the steps.
She
of
watched
what you
us
would
watch
need to
it
do.
though.
Yeah, she did.
She
for
reviews us, so
quite a bit of it.
She gave you quite a negative review. She didn't like the way that you did that.
You said that that's who she is by nature, so
Yeah.
she didn't quite disagree with me directly. If that's just who she is.
She's not happy right now.
She's neglected by you guys.
She's neglected by
You
you.
have to play with her.
She doesn't want to play. I can tell.
She's slapping my hand with her paw. Yeah, 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's a movie.
It's definitely a movie that was made at a certain point in time.
And then we couldn't watch it before it was made. It was required that it was made when we
It definitely
chose.
was made before we watched it.
Yep.
That I can say for certain.
Well, I can speculate. That's it's probable.
Like if you put two and two together, it kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah, you just don't know how
we
time
witnessed
works.
it, we took it in, so that maybe means that it was completed
Do you
at
think this
some point.
movie being completed and viewed by many people is necessary in human evolution?
I'm not sure because I don't know if it's completed yet.
That's fair.
So it's still it's under speculation.
Okay, it's under speculation.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, peace out, JPEGs.
Peace.
Once upon a time, a man was born with an analytical mind, consuming only what reveals me. Well, Jesse I wonder what he thinks about.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
I was wrong about when E.T. came out. It came out in '82, and I thought it came out in '83.
Yeah.
I was a year off there, unfortunately. Just
Yeah,
Dune came
that's
out in
fair. That's
'84,
fair.
and so I know that E.T. was a prequel, so I knew it came out before
Yeah.
Dune.
Dune T.
Dune T, yeah.
Yeah.
Dune Terrestrial.